Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. Hey, Crystal. Brian, what's going on, brother? Hey, Joyce Shue. Catherine Lance. Good evening, I love you. Ryan, what's going on, brother? What's going on? It is hump day, Joyce. Absolutely. Jenna, good evening. Brandon, what's going on, brother? Hey, Kelly, good evening. Good evening, all you beautiful people. Blessed to wake up another day clean and sober. That's what's up. That's what's up. While we're waiting for this crowd to build up, guys, do me a favor and let's get this out there. Throw this out there in your groups, family members, friends. Somebody out there you know just might be struggling. Might need to hear a message of hope, inspiration, and a whole lot of love. Hey, Christy Johnson. Hey, Dina. Anna Smith. Philip. Oh, I love this song I listen to. I'm really into some Pink. I listen to a lot of different music, man. That's hence to where I'm wearing pink today. Yeah, get it? No pun intended, I promise. So, while we're waiting for this crowd to build up, got that one announcement. You guys know I'm going to speak over in Elkhart, Indiana on December 5th. Let me look again. Yes, December 5th at Thursday. It's a Thursday evening at 6 p.m. If you're in the Elkhart area, you want to come out here and we speak. That's where I'll be. Any chance I get to see any of your beautiful faces, boy, I'm all for it. Joseph, what's going on, brother? I love you. Hey, Marsha Morrison. Monica Scott. Hey, Renee. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Leslie. Angel Hale. I'm probably missing people. Let me backtrack a little bit. I hate missing people. I love giving you guys some shout-outs. Elizabeth McKinney's. I always butcher your last name. I apologize. Brenda King, how are you doing? Hey, Jennifer Wheeler, love you. Shane Dorman, what's going on, brother? I love you. Hey, Karen. Shirley Casaisis. Sarah Shepard. Yeah, you guys are all beautiful and amazing people. Let's wait a few more minutes. See if we can get a few more people in here before I start running my mouth. I'm doing something very... it's different. I'm going to do a different live video tonight. I'm going to read from this amazing book that's helped me so much, tremendously. I read it absolutely every single day since I've been in recovery. It was given to me on day one, and I've had probably 5 copies because I burn them up and I wear and tear them. And this one, I just bought this one probably. This one's not that old, 2 months old. I think I've had this one. It's called this amazing book called. Let me see. There it is. Living Clean. We all know I work at NA program. I speak from an NA perspective. So I'm going to go ahead and get this video started. I titled this video, hey, Nicole Gillen. Bradley Bagwell, good evening, love you. Aaron Fields, what's going on, brother? I love you. Hey, Jennifer Law, love you. But I titled this video, Why We Stay. Okay, because we all know it's no-brainer. People come into the rooms, people come into recovery, and ultimately they fall back off. Well, I'm going to give you a little bit of inkling, a little bit of clue of why it is that we stay. Okay, because I think it's prevalent that we need to know why it is that we stay. Because there's going to be times in your recovery, guys, where you're going to ask yourself this question: why am I even doing this? Why? What's the use? Getting away from our addict mentality and our addict thinking is the hardest thing that any one of us can do, because it controlled and consumed our life for as many years as we were out there. And if you were anything like me, a quarter of a century, that's a lot of wear and tear on your brain. So rewiring your brain and rewiring your thinking is what we all need to do anyways, but it's the hardest thing that we're going to do. And so I'm going to read this real quick from you, and then I'm going to finish up speaking on. It says, why we stay. It says, what is it that keeps us in NA after the initial depression eases? Of course, there is the desire to help the newcomer. Our 12 step reminds us that this must always come first. Many of us at some point in our recovery have felt that perhaps that was all that was left in the rooms for us. Our commitment to help might have kept us coming back. but some of us were left with a nagging feeling that we hesitated to share. Is this really all there is? Now that's huge, okay, guys, because we come to a thinking in our brain that the last line there, is this really all there is? Now this is where you step up. This is where you show up and show out, guys. This right here. Right here. Is this all there is left? Because I've been going to meetings for almost 4 years now. And there has been so many times in my recovery going to these rooms, that I got a little bit bored with it, right? I got a little bit stagnant with it. I got a little bit of confusion about it. I was like, man, is this all there is? It's just coming to meetings for the rest of my life? Is this all that recovery is? No. I'm just going to throw that out there. No, that's not all there is, okay? That's not all there is. There's so much more than just meetings. Meetings are my medicine. I've told you guys on numerous videos before that meetings are my medicine. If I stop taking my medicine, I will get sick quickly. I will get sick quickly. But that's not all there is. You see, this is where we build our lives on solid foundations. We have come into recovery now. We now have a stranglehold on our life. So now it's up to us. See, like I said last night in last night's video, the problem always lied with us, and unbeknownst to us, we have always had and could live in the solution as well. Okay, now that we're living in the solution, now that we have this stranglehold on life, now that we have consciously have the ability to live a life without drugs and alcohol, given that we're going to face adversities, trials, and tribulations, we now can move forward in our life. We are no longer stuck. Right? We're not stuck in that toxicity and that hate and that misery and that just crap. We're not stuck in that anymore. So now we can move forward. We now have the ability to move forward in our life, and we're no longer dictated by the drugs and alcohol. Because we all know the chains of addiction, how they have just chained us to a specific spot in our life, whether that be we all have different paths when it came to our active addiction. We all have different paths to recovery. But it changes us, it binds us. Most importantly, in this book, what this book has taught me, that I'm now released from the bondage of self. Amen? The bondage of self. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever heard the third step prayer. I don't know if any of you have ever worked an NA program. But if you haven't, look into it. It says we are now released from the bondage of self. And that is the most important thing. If you get anything from this video tonight, remember, we have been released from the bondage of self. That means that we held ourself captive. We held ourselves captive. But now that those chains are dropped, and now that we are consciously able to move forward in our life, is that all that's left? See, what's left? None of us know what the future has in store for any one of us. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. We know what the past is, and the majority of us, the past has been a lot of pain, a lot of frustration, a lot of despair, a lot of destruction. We live today, we live our recovery, and you'll hear it many times in your recovery. Sorry, my knee's been bugging me today, guys. I'm a little bit sore today. But you'll hear many times in your recovery that we live our recovery 24 hours at a time. We live in the moment. We have to live our life. We have to live our recovery that way. But that doesn't mean we can't have goals, ambition, and drive and set goals for the future. I'm telling you right now, guys, I don't know where it's at, but I have a list. I have a 5-year plan. I have a 10-year plan. I have a 15-year plan, all the way up to a 20-year plan. I have planned out my life for the next 20 years. Goals that I want to obtain by those years. By the 5th year, I want to have gotten my life in a position of this. By the 10th year, I want to have gotten my life in a position of this. 15, 20, and so on. It does not say that we can't plan our life and have goals. And I encourage each and every one of you to have plans and goals. If you don't have a goal, what is it that you are shooting for? My sponsor, and God love that man, he has told me since the day he took me on, what do you want to do with your life now? See, now you've done what you want. You have now done what you yourself have never thought that you could do, and that was get clean. Okay, so now we're going to build you from a solid foundation, brother. We're going to build you from a solid foundation, and now you get to choose what you want in the direction that you want to take your life. Now, what do you want to do, Drew? What do you want to do? What is it that you've always wanted to do? Ask yourself these questions, guys. You need to. I'm not saying out loud where people think you're a nut, but you ask yourself, subconsciously, you need to be asking yourself, what is it that you want to obtain in your life today? Where is it that you want to go in your life today? Why is it that you stay in the program that you work in? Let me tell you why I stay. Because now I have now seen the gift of recovery. I have now experienced on numerous occasions spiritual awakenings that just shook me to a core. I've also understand the reason and the meaning of purpose. Big word, purpose. So many of us don't even understand what that word truly means. And a lot of us will go through and live our life and never understand what their purpose in life is. There's so many people that live their life today. God willing, that's not you guys. But so many people in the world who are living their life today who don't know what their purpose in life is. And they settle for that. And that's okay for them. That's not okay for me. I want to know why God put me on this planet. I want to know. And thank God I've figured that out. God has now shown me my purpose in life. And it wasn't staying sick and suffering. It wasn't being a deceitful and manipulative and lying and cheating person. It was not being a neglectful father. It wasn't meant to send my mother and father through a quarter of a century of utter devastation and pain. That was not my purpose in life. My purpose in life was not pain. It wasn't yours either. But we buy into it, right? We buy into that like that. Our purpose in life was never destruction, pain, and misery. Why I stay is simply this. I stay because now I have gotten to experience what recovery truly is. In the beginning of my recovery, guys, I am just like each and every one of you. I had to work it. And I have an amazing sponsor who pushed me like nobody's business. Let me tell you, he pushed me and he pushed me. I put in the work, and I put in the work each and every day that I wake up. You know, I'm never going to stop working this program. I'm never going to stop giving the glory to the man upstairs who's by his saving grace is the only reason that I am able to do what it is that I do today. Okay, I am going to keep doing these things because by me doing these things each and every day of my life, I get to live this life. I get to keep it. You see, we don't come into recovery, obtain a great life, don't work a program, don't have a higher power, and get to keep it. That's not how it works. We have to keep doing this thing. Unfortunately, and I had a problem with this, and a lot of people have a problem hearing this as well, is that we carry a disease that we will carry with us for the rest of our life. So many people don't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear it in my beginning of my recovery either, but I have accepted it because it is fact. It is law. It is fact. We will carry this with us the remainder of our life. So, if we're carrying this disease for the remainder of our life, we have to keep practicing what saved our life for the remainder of our life. Okay? We can't give up on this program, give up on our God, and expect this disease not to re-consume our whole being. This disease is very cunning, baffling, and powerful, and even if you are working a program and you have God in your life, even if you are doing it, it is still hard to stay. For a lot of us, it's still hard to stay on the right track. It's that powerful. If you don't, I think you guys know how powerful this is. You know the destruction and devastation that this disease took your life already. I don't need to paint that picture for you. You already know what this has done to you. I stay because I have been able to, and I write it down probably 15 times a day. Recovery is a discovery. It's right here. I write it down. I say that so often. Recovery is a discovery. It's a discovery into the person that I never believed that I could ever be, but it is a reality in my world today because I am this person. Once I learned, most importantly, guys, Max Nace, I love you, brother. I enjoyed your live tonight. Once I realized and got out of my own way and let this program and let my God consume my whole world, my life just opened up. Free reign for greatness, free reign for beauty, free reign for a beautiful and amazing people like all of you who get to watch me every night. Life opens up when we get out of our way. Renee Cooper, good evening. I love you. Hey, Serena, good evening. I stay for many reasons. I stay for so many reasons. I would be spending the next 2 days on a straight live explaining to you why I stay. There's so many reasons. Most importantly, I stay because I want to live. I stay because I want to be a father. I enjoy being a father. I enjoy being a son that my mother can count on today. I enjoy being a person, a friend, that when somebody picks up the phone, they can count on me being there for them. I enjoy the fact that I have and discovered deep within this chest is a heart I never knew I had. I believe that each and every one of us possess this heart, but it's cold. And it's got that cage around it, right? We all have that cage, and a lot of us have a hard time, breaking through that cage because we stayed cold and we stayed miserable and we stayed this utterly destructive for so many years. Rose, good evening. Michael, good evening, brother. I love you. I stay because I love each and every one of you. I think of some of my reasons why I stay, and this is just me because I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm just gonna be very honest. There's been a lot of times since I've been doing this, that I've been going through some stuff, and I thought to myself, why am I doing what I'm doing? Honestly, me doing this helps me every bit as much as it helps you. But there's been times where my humanness takes over, right? And I sit there and I tell myself, I stay because I don't want to let you guys down. That's not. Most importantly, I stay because I get to keep this life, and I get to live a life of meaning and love and encouragement and inspiration. I get to live that life because I stay. But I could not live with it if I let any one of you down. That's me. That's my own personal stuff. That's how I think. I can't let you guys down because I know, where this disease took me. I remember the feeling of being let down and just, that the world was all against me and I didn't have anybody to turn to. A lot of you who watch me, you guys count on me coming out here every night and helping you through along your journey. And I love you guys that you guys trust me enough to do that for you. And I never, if you ask anybody on my team, or anybody in my life, they're always telling me you need to take more breaks. You need to take more breaks. You do too many lives. You do too many lives. I don't, because I don't want to let you down. I stay because I know you count on me. I stay because I love you. I stay because I want you to have the life that I have. The feeling that I get to feel. The feeling of just utter love and not just that hate. That hate has been eliminated from my life. That toxic thinking and that toxic mentality no longer exists in my life today. You got to ask yourself, why are you staying? Why are you staying? Because it's fact. We see it all the time. So many people come in and they have this gung-ho attitude, and they're all about it, and they're just loving life, and they're going to work, and they've got God back in their life. They're going back to church. They're working a program, and before you know it, you don't see them anymore. You don't see them anymore. And it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. I don't want that for each and every one of you. I don't want the disease to consume your brain again and to consume your life. I've never come out here and told you I have all the answers, guys. I don't have all the answers. All I can go on is my own experience, strength, and hope. You guys have all heard my story. And it's a bad one. Okay? And it's graphic. And it's painful. And it's destruction. And it's despair. And it's heartbreak. But most importantly, my story is filled with love and God's saving grace. And with God's saving grace and the love that I have in my life, I'm able to be who I am today. Angel Bryant, I love you. And you're able to be who you are today. We are our biggest critics. We doubt a lot of the things that we do in the world today, even in recovery. More often in recovery than we did in our active addiction, because out there when we was running the gun, we didn't care about nothing. Doubt? Who cares? I doubt myself in active addiction. I don't care if you doubt me. Right? So we deal with a lot of that, and it's more, I would say it's more, we feel it more, right, in recovery. But you guys got to really seriously, figure out why it is that you are here. Why do you stay? Why do you stay? Why will you continue to stay? That's the question I want to ask you guys more tonight than anything. Why do you continue to stay? You get to continue to stay because you get to be those amazing parents that your children and your babies look up to each and every day, right? Good answer. You get to stay because now you have acquired an amazing God in your life. And now you have that intimate relationship with God. And he is reaping benefit after benefit down at you. And that is amazing. Good answer. Most importantly, you stay because you are doing this for no one other than yourself. That's the answer. You're doing this for you, regardless of the support that you are getting or that you are not getting. A lot of people come into recovery and they ultimately fall back off because of lack of support. And that's unfortunate. Sometimes the support's not there, but you will always have a safe place to fall right here. Derek, I can't with you tonight, Derek. I can't with you. You will always find a safe place to fall when you come over here on these videos, or you come over on any one of my pages or in my group. I make sure that this place is absolutely safe for each and every one of you, and I take every precaution to ensure that it is a safe place for each and every one of you. It's funny that Derek said that. Derek just said, I stay for the hamburgers. He's not joking. He does stay for the hamburgers. I stay because I get to have people like Derek in my life, right? Brothers, fellow brothers in recovery. I look up to Derek. Strongly look up to him. He's a beautiful man with a beautiful heart. He's out there doing things. Derek's a speaker like me. He goes around the country and speaks, and we have this connection. I would have never been able to tap into connections with anybody if I had not got clean. Never. You guys would have never known. If I would have not got clean, this platform would have been non-existent. This family, this big, beautiful, amazing family that I have acquired, that I have put together, that now assembles each and every night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, would have been non-existent. You see, God had a plan for me, and this was it. This was the plan that God had for me. To assemble and mass together this beautiful family that loves and supports and encourages each and every one of exactly where you're at. Exactly where you're at. I love each and every one of my brothers and sisters. I seen that comment. This is not a sexist comment. I'm just saying I have a good relationship with my brother Derek. I love each and every one of my sisters in recovery. I love you all dearly. You guys are all amazing, and you guys all demonstrate each and every day that you wake up that this is what you want in your life. You're killing it. You're them great moms that your children once thought that they might never have. You guys are out there just doing the damn thing, and I get to see it every time that I go back through the feed and I read what you guys are saying to each other. I know that greatness and amazingness and that God is part of this feed. I stay simply to carry a message to the addict and alcoholic who is still out there in the world, who's sick and suffering. It would be an honor if my job was not needed. You guys are probably freaking out when I'm saying that. It would be a privilege if I could step down and stop doing what I'm doing today because the world got better and the world caught on. But the world that I live in, that's not the case. Until that happens, I will come out here each and every day, carry a message through God to any addict, alcoholic. I don't discriminate. It's not just drugs. Whether you have a problem with a sex addiction, you have gambling problems, you have, drugs, alcohol. We don't discriminate, codependency. You will always find a safe place to find it. We're just a bunch of misfits. Let's own it. We all sick people, right? We're getting better. We're getting better. We're getting better because we implement programs like NA, AAs, whatever A that it is that you work. There's so many of them out there right now, whether it's CR, whether it's Clean Slate, whether it's Smart Recovery, whatever it is that you're doing. But you're doing it. You're suiting up and showing up, right? You suit up and show up every day. We can't miss a day. We can't miss a day. The day that you decide not to suit up and show up is the day that it gets dark really quick. Is the day that your world gets really dark. I'm dealing with a couple close friends of mine that I actually was using buddies of mine who got clean a little bit after me, but they've relapsed and they're out there in the world today still thinking they got another one in them. They haven't come back yet. I'm dealing with them. They're reaching out to me saying, hey, what do I do? And it's just a frustrating. It's really hard for me when I deal with personal close friends of mine who go out and relapse and then reach out to me because I have an emotional attachment to these people. And I gotta keep it real with everybody who reaches out to me, and I don't coddle nobody, right? They don't want to hear what I want to say. They want me to say what a friend wants to say, but I'm not. That's not the guy. I'm not that guy. And of course, they don't like what I have to say, and they get pissed, and they stop talking to me for 2 or 3 more days to go out there and do it harder for 3 or 4 more days. It's just it's a circle. It's a cycle. It's frustrating, I stay because I have a message of hope. I stay because there's so many people out there in this world who haven't heard this message. It's hard to believe, and people say with technology as amazing as it is today, with laptops and phones and tablets and all the ways, social media platforms, that you would think that everybody could hear a message of hope. Right? You think that somehow, somewhere, somebody would have access to hearing some kind of message of hope in their life. But you would be surprised how many people don't. It's kind of scary, guys. We are now vastly, and it's approaching very quickly. The holiday season is amongst us. Whether you want to admit it or not, Thanksgiving is next week. Okay? And from Thanksgiving Day I do a lot of statistics working in the treatment industry. I've done a lot of statistics on overdose deaths and when they happen and demographically where they're happening across the country. But statistically, they say from Thanksgiving Day to New Year's Day, more overdose deaths happen between Thanksgiving Day and New Year's Day than the whole other year combined. Tell me that is not a scary statistic. Holiday depression is a real thing. Addicts who are still sick and suffering during the holidays, they get a lot worse during the holidays. You guys can remember how you were during the holidays. You weren't around your families. You weren't around your children. You were already feeling very guilty and very, it was very disgusting feelings, You just wanted to sink deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. Wanted to get more high, wanted to get higher, wanted a bigger shot this time. More people die during the holiday season than any time of the year. And so what I'm doing, I'm pressing harder. I'm doing a lot of things in my local community. I'm doing some speaking. That's why I'm speaking, like I said, in Elkhart, which is about 40 minutes from my house. I need to get out there during the holiday season because addicts and alcoholics during the holiday season need us more than ever. They need us more than ever. And I can't do this alone, guys. I need you guys to help carry this message. We did not get well to keep it for ourselves. That's not why we got this. That's not how this works. In this book here, it tells us, this only works if I keep giving it away. I got to keep giving it away. That's the only way that I get to keep it. I want to keep it, so I'm going to keep giving it away. Do you want to keep it? In order for you to keep it, you have to give it away. You got to continually keep giving it away. You can't just get yourself better and say, screw everybody else. That's not how that works. You'll get sick again. I promise you. If you're not giving it away, you will get sick again. It may not be today, might not be tomorrow, it may not be next month or next year, but eventually you will get sick again. You don't get to keep it if you don't give it away. That's fact. And our brothers and sisters need us more now than ever. This time of year, they need us more now than ever. I stay because I love life today. I have a newfound appreciation on life today. I've stayed because I have now witnessed. I am a witness. I have now consciously seen with my own eyes what recovery can and will do for your life. I never believed it. Staying sick and suffering for 25 years. Never believed that I was that guy that could ever have an amazing and beautiful life full of love, full of meaning, full of genuine and transparent and honest people. I didn't believe that I was that guy. I wasn't that guy. I bought into that lie. The disease had me. It consumed me. I stay today because now I have seen with my own eyes and witnessed for the last almost 4 years of my life what recovery can and will do for your life. And it will do the same thing for your life. You get to have that life too. Isn't it crazy? We all get to live a great life. We all get to get rid of all that destruction, despair, and agony and misery. It's a thing of the past. It doesn't mean that we're not going to deal with trials and tribulations through our life. That's not what that means. We are going to deal with those things. Today, we now have the ability to not run back to a drink or drug to get through our day, even though we are dealing with hardships, trials, tribulations, whatever it is we may be dealing with. I stay today because God wants me. He wants me here. And I've told you guys on numerous occasions that, who am I to deny what God wants for my life? He has proven to me that if I listen, if I stay a humble servant to Him, that He will keep blessing my life. He has proven that to me for the last 3 years and almost 10 months of my life. I'm a believer now. I am a believer. He wants me here. I want me here. I love this life. I get to keep it. I get to keep it because I keep doing what it is that God wants me to do, most importantly, and I keep working the program that I work. I keep coming out here every night because I love each and every one of you. I want to see you. I want to build you guys into the best possible versions of yourselves. I want to see you. I want to hear you say with your own mouths and your own voice, I believe in myself. I can do this, Dru. You are right. I can stand on my own 2 feet by myself if I have to. I don't need to be in a relationship. I don't need to be validated by anybody. I can do this thing called recovery because I'm never alone in recovery, because I have each and every one of you beautiful people in my life standing side by side, fighting this battle together each and every day that all of us wake up around the world. See, recovery wraps around the world. It's not demographically stuck exactly where you're at. You're my brother and sister no matter where you're at, and I love you where you're at. If you're in New Zealand, I'm loving you over there. If you're over in Australia, I'm loving you there. It doesn't matter where you're at in this world. California, Indiana, Florida, New York, Texas. My family reaches around the world. And if that's not God, I don't know what is. And you're part of it. And you are part of it. I sold myself short for so many years. Bought into bullshit. It's pretty much about the first time that I ever applied myself in recovery that I got to see that, you know what? Maybe that's not who I am. You know, that's what I talk about recovery as a discovery. I've gotten to discover so many feelings that I just have always wanted to express with the world. So many words that I wanted to share with the world. I just want to be an example to you guys. I want to be an example that you know what, you can have it. You can live it, and you can keep it. And that this disease, we can lock this away. We can arrest it. We got to do certain things. That's a given. We got to work our program. We got to have that higher power, none other than God for me. We got to do certain things, but we get to keep it. And life does get easier. Beginning recovery, rough. None of us are going to overshadow the amount of strength it takes to get through early recovery. That is a given. It is rough. A lot of feelings, a lot of emotions, a lot of hardships. It's just rough. But, you know, once we can get through the initial stages of early recovery, you know, it does get easier. Harley Dow, I love you, brother. So, you know, before I came on tonight, I said a prayer, like I always do. I pray before I do every video. And I was like, what do I talk about tonight, God? Because I was kind of getting in my head, you know, because I really don't know what I'm going to speak about. Probably about till the last hour before I come on. I should probably try to plan better, but I'm not the kind of guy that can think on something all day because it just messes me up. So about an hour before I go live, I usually think about what I'm going to talk about. And I wrestled around in my mind a lot. And I couldn't decide on a topic. And so I picked up this book. Because whenever I get confused, I always pick up this book. And I started reading. I came to that. You know, and you know, why we stay. And it's such a huge, important question. Why we stay. This is why we stay. Stay for many reasons. I stay for each and every one of you. I stay for my own personal recovery and my own personal life. I stay for those beautiful girls that you get to see, the pictures that I post of my daughters. You know, they're my world. And they count on me. They now have a father in their life that they can count on. That at any given moment, I drop everything for them. When one time in Chloe's life, I was non-existent. The first 10 years of my daughter Chloe's life, she didn't know who I was. I've gotten to know my daughter the last almost 4 years. You know, we've moved mountains in our relationship and got as to get as close as we are today. But you know what? She now has a father that at any time she could pick up the phone and she knows that daddy's going to answer. She knows that I'm going to be there for her school stuff. She knows that I'm present in her life 24/7. Without recovery, none of this would have ever been possible for me. Ever. Honestly, if I wouldn't have gotten clean on February 26, 2016, I probably wouldn't be alive today. That's the amazing thing about my God. You know, he has a sense of humor. He has a sense of humor. You know, because I think he knew that with my stubborn mentality that I was willing to die before I got clean, and so he forced my hand. He forced my hand. You guys have heard my story, surrounded by the drug task force. Finally came to that point in my life where it was either get clean or die. And so I tapped into feelings and emotions and all that vulnerability and uncomfortableness, you know, and decided to push forward in recovery. Didn't even know I wanted recovery for good until probably I was about 6 months, 7 months clean. Victor had a little sit down, and he just kind of got really real with me and said, you know what, if you don't want this, there's the door, brother. He goes, I'm not here to waste my time with you, Dru. If you want the life you say that you want my life, because what Victor has, it's always been an attraction for me. That's what we have to do in recovery. We have to make it look attractive. We got to make people who are out there still sick and suffering want what we have. That's what's going to draw them in. When I seen Victor, seen his life, seen how he lived, I wanted everything that man had. The way he carried himself, the way he spoke. You know, he's a business owner, successful business owner. You know, he's an amazing father, amazing husband. You know, I wanted everything that he had. The man had an amazing life. He made it look attractive, and I wanted it. He told me, he's like, if you want the life that you say that I have, I'm telling you right now, if you don't dig into this, get serious with this, you will never obtain it. And none of you will ever obtain it either if you don't dig in and get serious with it. Ask yourselves, before you go to bed tonight, I challenge each and every one of you beautiful people to ask yourself, subconsciously to ask yourself, why am I here? Why do I continue to stay? You don't have to put your answers in the thing. Hey, Ashley Schimmel. You don't have to put your answer in the feed. This is you. This is for your own personal thoughts. Why am I staying? If you've gotten yourself to the point where you think, you know, is this all there is? Well, I'll answer that question for you. No, it's not. You're going to have to learn how to start looking outside the box. Life gets better and better and better. Recovery gets amazing, more beautiful, challenging at sometimes, but we get through it, right? I enjoy a challenge today. Challenge me, I'm digging in. I'm digging in. I love each and every one of you guys so much. Please let me know down here in the comment section what you felt about the video. Right down there. Bam. Please do me a favor and let's get this video out there. Please, guys, the only way that the addict who's still sick and suffering tonight can actually hear a message of hope is if we create some awareness and we get this out there. There's so many people out there tonight that needs to hear this. People who are struggling, because we are going into the holiday season. And people are starting to get in their heads who are still stuck. You know, they're getting ready to spend the holidays without their children, without their families. It's utterly devastating. I remember those thoughts. Many 25 Christmases I stayed sick and suffering. And I remember how they made me feel. So let's get this out there. Hopefully I can bring as many people into recovery before Thanksgiving. Next week's Thanksgiving, guys. And I do have some very special live video planned for Thanksgiving, because I think each and every one of us really, truly, I think that should be like almost a recovery holiday. Because how thankful are each and every one of us? I mean, come on, let's get real. How thankful how thankful are we that each and every one of us are still breathing on this planet today? I mean, amazing. So I have an amazing and very special live video planned for Thanksgiving next Thursday. Obviously, we're dealing with new Facebook. We can't bring people on live videos with us now until Facebook decides to give us that feature back. It's just going to be dealing with me. I hope you guys can handle just listening to me for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. I love you. I believe in you. I mean, you guys keep proving it each and every day. You guys are killing it. You know, you guys are grinding, and that's what you got to do. If you want to keep it, you got to grind for it. You got to grind for it. And if you're out there tonight, still in your active addiction, still sick and suffering, you know, you can message me right here through this page. You can call me. You can text me, or you can message. You can text me, call me, message me, whatever it is that you feel comfortable doing. I'm not sure if Tori is on here. She might have put my number in the feed. If not, Catherine, if you're still on here, put my phone number in the feed for these beautiful people. Anybody who wants to reach out to me who needs my help, please call. I pick up the phone. I answer. I answer messages. I answer phone calls. I answer texts. So, and you will talk to me. Promise. If you're calling me, I promise you, you're gonna. I laugh because so many people say, I can't believe that you were answered. Well, it's my phone number. Okay, so I will answer my phone. So if you call me, you're gonna be talking to me. None of that automated stuff, guys. You're gonna get the real deal, Holyfield over here. Okay, you're gonna talk to me. I'm here for each and every one of you. I love you all so much. And I pray that you guys are, you know, getting ready for the holidays. You guys are enjoying what it is that the recovery is actually giving you back. You know, don't take for granted the life that you have today. I'm serious. Do not take for granted the life that you have today. The life that you get to keep. The life that your children get to see you have. And the life that they get to have because of what you've done in your life. I pray that you guys have an amazing rest of your night. Let me give some shout outs to some of you beautiful people, right? Y'all are some beautiful people. Y'all deserve at least that's for sure. Crystal Alvarado, thank you for being here. I love you. Hey, Catherine Lance, I love you. Catherine Lance has put my phone number in the feed, guys. If anybody needs my number, there it is. Monica Bowman, good to see you on here. I love you. Cody Smith, my phone number is in the feed, brother. Amanda Jackson, thank you for being here. Hey, Angel Hale, love you. Teresa, you have that long last name. I'm probably going to butcher it. Schollenberger, thank you for being here. Bethany Hall, love you. Amber Alford, it's good to see you on here tonight, Amber. Marsha Morrison. Chaz Ewing, love you, brother. Good night. Lynette, love you. Cynthia Herman, good night. Good night, love you too. Does that say Karsten? Did I say that even remotely close, brother? Love you too. Jennifer Wheeler, I love you. Leslie Porch, love you. Does that say Edith Miller? Love you, Drew. Thank you so much. You are absolutely welcome, Edith. Love you too. Let's see. Yeah, guys, I keep forgetting. Oh, before you guys go, I am now going to start doing live videos on Instagram. If you guys want my Instagram username is Dru Hicks 226. Catherine, if you could post in the feed my Instagram page and my YouTube channel. Please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying as fast as I can to get those 1,000 subscribers that it takes in order to start going live. YouTube will not allow me to go live until I have at least 1,000 subscribers. That's their rule. Got to follow by their rules. Timothy Hurd, I love you, brother. So, Matt Griffin, love you, bro. So, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I think Catherine's going to put both the YouTube channel and my Instagram on here. I'm going to start doing lives on Instagram because Instagram lets me bring people up on videos. So I will let you guys know when and how I'm doing lives. I did a live last night for the first time on Instagram. It was so weird. It was the weirdest thing in the world. It's all setups different, and just to see how it is. You know, I've never done a live video on any other platform but Facebook. And so, yes, Jennifer Wheeler, that is my username on Instagram. And then also, if Catherine's still on here, you guys go subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's Dru Hicks. So, thanks, Drew. I love you. Have a good night. Monica Scott. Amy Foster, I love you too. So please go. There's you see, Catherine just dropped my YouTube link, and I'm sure she's going to follow up with my Instagram link as well. So please go follow those two platforms as well. I'm going to try to build those platforms as well. Any platform that I can do, that I can reach people, I'm going to try to build it up. Just like I did this family, I'm going to build it up everywhere else. Please, but I want you all to be part of it as well. So go follow me on my Instagram and go subscribe to me on my YouTube. I appreciate all the love and support that you guys all give me each and every night. You guys are amazing, beautiful, talented, artistic, gifted, beautiful, awesome people. So, let me see. Let me get some more shout outs. I know there's so many people I've missed. Michelle Jeffrey, I love you. It's there pinned. I don't see anything pinned. I can go back and pin it. I'll pin my YouTube. I don't know. I'm not even seeing the pins. That's weird. Instagram. Catherine just threw in my Instagram link as well. So there they are, guys. Please go follow and subscribe. I appreciate as much, like I said, as much support as you guys give me. You guys give me a lot, and I love you all for it. I'll be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, tomorrow you wake up another day, blessed to be clean and sober. Going to go out there and love some people exactly where they're at. And you know what? Ask yourself, I challenged each and every one of you guys. Remember, ask yourself that question. Why are you here? And why do you continue to stay? I gave you my reasons, and I just, without God in my life, none of this would be possible. So all the glory goes to God. I love each and every one of you guys. Let me give a couple more people some shout outs and just let you all know. Robin, I love you. Hey, Kelly. Thank you for being here tonight, Kelly. Let's see here. Luke, thanks for being a great person. Awesome speech. Right on, brother. This is what I do, man. It's what God told me to do, so that's why I keep coming out. Jennifer Burton, excuse me. I'm going to message you after the live. Okay, that's why I'm here. Teresa Schellenberger. It's what? It's much, by the way. What does that mean? I'm lost on that one. Confused me. I'm not really hard to confuse, I promise. Let's see here. I'm gonna scroll all the way up. Do me a favor, guys. Let's get this out. I probably missed some people way up here. Roger Gold, love you, brother. Matt Griffin, love you, man. Have a great night. There's Timothy Hurd. Beautiful man right there. Michael Rutherford. You're amazing, Dru Hicks, Dru Hicks, thank you for the inspiration. Well, thank you, brother. You're absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome. Joey, what's going on tonight, brother? Good to see you. Love you, bro. I said it perfect, Teresa? Wow, that's a first. Mark that day down because I usually don't get names right. Ashley Schimmel, have a great night. Love you. Let me see. Maybe some more. Is Joseph still on here? Shane still on here? If both of those brothers are still on here, I love you both dearly. Harley, I love you too, brother. Does that say Karen? How do you say your name, Karen? Karen Casino? I just screwed it all up. I know. I've never been able to say your name. And I apologize. But I love you. All right, guys. It's time to go, and time for me to call it quits tonight. It's time for you guys to go out. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever it is that you guys are going to be doing for the remainder of your evening. Go out there and tomorrow and just do what you do best and kill it. I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. With all that being said, I love you. You already know. Clean and sober. That's what's up.